At one point on Tuesday night here at Segra Park, it looked like South Carolina was in a heap of trouble. After falling behind 3-1 in the top of the seventh, the Gamecocks were in a situation where Charleston had the bases loaded with nobody out and looked to be on the verge of blowing the game open. Paul Maneri had already gone to his bullpen twice in the inning and couldn't seem to get the right guy in there to get the outs he needed to keep the game where it was. That was until he decided to call on freshman right-hander Ryder Garino, who we had warming up in previous innings, but wanted to get some other guys in there for the experience of pitching in a clean inning and trying to get some big outs in a midweek setting. And that didn't work out, but once Garino came in, he was able to strike out the side and keep the game where it was, as South Carolina, in the bottom of the inning, came back to score 3 runs, all without getting a hit, and picked up a 4-3 win in comeback fashion over the Cougars on Tuesday night. And in that bottom of the inning, the Gamecocks had loaded the bases with 2 outs, and the situational hitting hadn't been very good for most of the night. Overall, South Carolina only had 7 hits. They walked 5 times, 3 of which came in the first 6 innings, and then they went 2 for 15 with runners on base and 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. So not exactly a recipe for success. However, the plate discipline was a lot better in that bottom of the 7th inning, where Kennedy Jones worked a walk on a 3-1 pitch. Then after that, Dalton Mayshore, who probably should have been walked on a 3-1 pitch that was up high, but the umpire gave the pitcher a kind of favorable call to work the count full. And then after that, Mayshore ended up working the walk anyway to bring home the tying run. Again, all this came with the bases loaded, and then South Carolina scored what would be the winning run of the game on a balk. So very strange how South Carolina really didn't do much at the plate throughout most of this game. Again, Maneri's not a guy that really likes walks. He's more of a hitter's approach kind of guy, wants to, like Earl Weaver back in the day for the Orioles, like the 3-run homer, except Maneri really likes to be aggressive at the plate. That's what we saw from South Carolina most of the game, but in that 7th inning, things just looked a lot different, and it led to them scoring 3 runs. That would be the difference in the game. Then after Garino got 2 more outs in the 8th, Parker Marlott pitched the final inning and a third to pick up the win and his first save of the year, as he struck out 3 and looked very sharp as he retired the side in the 9th inning. So tough win for South Carolina. These games do not come easy, as we have learned, and especially after dropping a tough series, a series that you probably should have won against Oklahoma. It is good to see the Gamecocks get back on track against a very good mid-major program like Charleston, and things continue to be tough as the Gamecocks will be heading to Fayetteville this weekend to take on number 3 Arkansas in what will be a very tough first SEC road series of the season. And I will be out there in Arkansas providing all live coverage and updates throughout the weekend. So be sure to stay tuned for that, and go to GamecockCentral.com for all of our baseball content throughout this season. So that is going to do it for now from Segra Park. Again, South Carolina picks up a comeback 4-3 win over Charleston on Tuesday night. For GamecockCentral.com, I'm Jack Veltri.